Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. This little thing right here, it's magic. We can pinpoint our location anywhere on the planet, get live traffic updates, and find the best route to a taco truck 3 states away, all in seconds. We take it completely for granted. But what if I told you that the very first car navigation system didn't use satellites, didn't use the internet, and cost as much as a brand new car? Well, buckle up, because today we're going back to 1981 to look at this, and the mysterious box inside it called the Honda Electro Gyrocator. To really appreciate how revolutionary this was, you have to remember what driving was like in 1981. Your car's information system was a glove box stuffed with crumpled paper maps, a half-eaten candy bar, and maybe a pen that didn't work. Getting lost wasn't a possibility. It was a certainty. Your only hope was to pull into a gas station and ask a friendly attendant for directions, hoping they actually knew the way. Now, the crazy thing is, GPS satellites did exist back then. The first one launched in 1978, but this was the height of the Cold War. GPS was strictly for the military. It was top secret tech for guiding missiles and tracking submarines, not for helping you find your aunt's new house. But Honda, ever the innovator, wanted to be the Apple of car companies. They were obsessed with being seen as high-tech and futuristic, so they decided to solve the navigation problem themselves, without satellites. This is the crucial part. The heart of the Electro Gyrocator wasn't a radio receiver. It was a technology called inertial navigation. This is the same principle a submarine uses to navigate underwater or a fighter jet uses to track its position in the sky without any external signals. It's also, and the key was this incredible piece of kit, the gas rate gyroscope. Inside this box, there's a stream of helium gas flowing at a constant rate. Running through that stream are 2 incredibly thin, parallel hot wires. When the car is driving straight, the helium flows evenly over both wires, and they stay at the same temperature. But the moment the car starts to turn, the gas shifts, cooling one wire more than the other. This changes the electrical resistance of that wire. A tiny computer and, tiny by today's standards, detects this change in resistance and uses it to calculate the precise angle and rate of the turn. It was a brilliant, purely analog way to measure rotation, bridged into a digital calculation. It also had a sensor on the transmission to measure the distance traveled. By combining the turn data from the gyro with the distance data, it could plot your path from a known starting point. It was dead reckoning, pure and simple. So, what was it like to actually use this thing? Well, you'd look at this gorgeous 6-inch monochrome CRT screen on the dashboard, but there were no digital maps. The computer wasn't powerful enough for that. Instead, you had a binder full of these. You had to physically slide the correct transparent map overlay onto the screen. Then, you had to use a marker function on the screen to place a dot on your starting location. You'd tell the system, "I am here," and as you drove, the glowing dot would move across the plastic map. But it wasn't perfect. This is where the reality of 1980s tech hits. The gyro, as clever as it was, would drift over time. Tiny errors would accumulate. So, if you drove for an hour, you might look down and see the dot representing your car was now driving through a field or a lake on the map. You'd have to pull over, find your actual position, and manually reset the dot back onto the correct road. It was clunky, but for 1981, it was absolute science fiction. So why don't we all have fond memories of this amazing tech? The price? The Electro Gyrocator was a factory option that cost 300,000 yuan in Japan. In 1981, that was about 2,750 United States dollars. That's over $8,000 in today's money. More importantly, it was a quarter of the entire price of the Honda Accord itself. It was an unbelievably expensive gadget. It failed, commercially. It was too expensive, too heavy, and a bit too complicated for most people. Very few were ever sold, making them incredibly rare collector's items today. But its importance cannot be overstated. The Electro Gyrocator proved that in-car navigation was not only possible, but something people desperately wanted. It was the pioneer. It walked so that modern GPS could run. It wasn't until 1990 that the Mazda Unos Cosmo finally brought the first real, satellite-based GPS system to a production car. The Honda Electro Gyrocator is a beautiful, fascinating didend in automotive tech. It's a reminder that the incredible, effortless technology we use every day stands on the shoulders of brilliant, forgotten giants, a glorious failure that paved the way for the future. If you love digging into weird and wonderful automotive history like this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You won't want to miss where we're going next. Thanks for watching.